They would not see this coming. That same day, I sent a message to both of them. A simple one. Saturday, dinner at my place. Don't be late. No suspicion, no tension, just normal. Tunde replied almost immediately. Sure, I'll be there. Amara replied a few minutes later. Can't wait. I smiled again. The kind of smile that hides something dangerous.
She did not steal him overnight. That was the painful part. She took him slowly, carefully, like someone who knew exactly what she was doing and had all the time in the world. And the worst part was, I trusted her enough to let it happen right in front of me. Her name was Amara, my best friend for 7 years. The kind of friend you tell everything to without thinking twice. The kind of friend who knows your secrets, your fears, your weaknesses, and still laughs with you like nothing can ever come between both of you. We met in school in Abuja, and from the first day, it felt like we had known each other forever. Same sense of humor, same taste in clothes, even the same type of men. We used to joke about it, saying we would never fall for the same guy. We laughed every time. Looking back now, that joke was not funny at all. Because the man she took from me was not just any man. He was the man I thought I would marry. Tunde. Tall, calm, always composed like nothing in this world could shake him. He had that quiet confidence that made people respect him without trying too hard. When he smiled, it felt like everything was going to be all right. I met him at a small gathering in Wusi. Nothing fancy, just a few friends, music and drinks. Amara was the one who introduced us. She said, "You two will like each other." At that time, I thought she was just being her usual playful self. I had no idea she was opening a door that would later destroy everything. Tunde and I connected almost immediately. It was not loud or dramatic. It was calm, natural, like something that was meant to happen. Within weeks, we were inseparable. He would call me every morning before work, send me random messages during the day, show up unannounced just to see me smile. It felt real. It felt safe. And most importantly, it felt like love. Amara was there through everything. Every date I told her, every gift he gave me, every small argument we had. She listened, advised, laughed, and supported me like a true friend. Or, at least, that was what I believed. Sometimes she would ask strange questions. Does he like surprises? Does he get jealous? Does he prefer quiet girls or playful ones? I answered everything without thinking. After all, she was my best friend. Why would I hide anything from her? There were moments I should have noticed. Small things that did not feel right, like how she suddenly started dressing differently whenever she knew we were all meeting together, or how she laughed a little too hard at his jokes, or how Tunde began to mention her name more often in conversations. She's funny. She's smart. You are lucky to have a friend like her. At first, I agreed. I was proud of our friendship. I even felt happy that the man I loved respected my best friend. I did not know that respect was slowly turning into something else. The change did not happen loudly. It was quiet, subtle, dangerous. Tunde started becoming distant. Calls reduced, messages became shorter. Excuses became more frequent. Work is stressful, I'm tired, I just need space. I believed him. Because love makes you believe things that don't even make sense. I turned to Amara for comfort. I told her everything, every doubt, every fear, and she listened. She always listened. Then one evening, she said something that stayed in my mind. Maybe he's just confused. I asked her what she meant. She smiled and said, men can be like that sometimes. I did not understand it then, but I would understand it very soon. Because the truth doesn't stay hidden forever. It always finds a way to come out. And when it does, it doesn't ask for permission. The first time I felt something was truly wrong was not because of what I saw. It was because of what I felt. That quiet discomfort that sits in your chest and refuses to leave no matter how much you try to ignore it. Tunde was no longer the man I knew. He was present, but not really there. His eyes would drift, his attention would slip, and sometimes when I spoke, it felt like I was talking to someone who was already thinking about something else, or someone else. I told myself I was overthinking, that maybe I was just scared of losing something good. But deep down, I knew something had changed, and it wasn't just him. Amara was different too. She became softer around him, more attentive, more present than she used to be. She would notice things before I did. If Tunde looked tired, she was the first to ask if he was okay. If he mentioned something casually, she remembered it days later. At first I saw it as care. Now I see it as calculation. One evening, the three of us went out together. It was supposed to be a simple hangout, just food, laughter, and conversation. But something about that night felt off. I noticed the way they looked at each other when they thought I wasn't paying attention. Quick glances, small smiles, silent understanding, the kind that doesn't need words. I felt like an outsider in my own relationship. That night when we got home, I couldn't sleep. My mind kept replaying everything, every look, every smile, every moment I ignored. But by morning, I told myself I needed to stop thinking like that. Because if I started doubting both my boyfriend and my best friend, then what did I have left? But the universe has a way of answering questions you are too afraid to ask. It happened 3 days later. I was at Tunde's place. He had stepped out to take a call. His phone was on the table. It buzzed. I didn't plan to check it. I swear I didn't. But something pushed me. Something stronger than logic, stronger than trust. I picked it up. And what I saw changed everything. The message was simple. Did she suspect anything? My heart stopped. I read it again, slowly, carefully, like maybe I misunderstood. But I didn't. I checked the name, Amara. My hand started shaking. My chest tightened. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. I wanted to believe there was an explanation, something innocent, something that made sense. But deep down, I already knew the truth. I opened the chat, and that was when my world collapsed. Messages. So many messages. Days, weeks, maybe even longer. Conversations I was never meant to see. Plans, jokes, secrets. And in between all of that, pieces of me. They talked about me, my habits, my reactions, my feelings, like I was just a topic, not a person. I kept scrolling, each message cutting deeper than the last. Then I saw it, the message that broke whatever was left inside me. I think I'm falling for you, sent by Tunde. And her reply, I already have. I dropped the phone. It felt like it burned my hand. Tears came instantly, hot, uncontrollable. But even in that moment, something inside me changed. Something cold, something quiet. I didn't scream. I didn't confront him immediately. I didn't call her. Instead, I sat down. And I thought, for a long time, because I realized something important. Crying wouldn't fix this. Begging wouldn't fix this. Even confronting them in anger would only give them power. They had already disrespected me in the worst way possible. They didn't deserve my emotions. They deserved something else. Something they would never forget. When Tunde came back inside, I acted normal. I smiled. I asked about the call. I behaved like nothing had happened. He looked at me, maybe searching for something. But I gave him nothing. And for the first time in a long while, I felt in control. That night, I went home and called Amara. My voice was calm, too calm. I answered cheerfully, like always. Hey babe, what's up? I smiled, even though she couldn't see me. I've been thinking, I said. Let's all hang out this weekend. Just us. I miss you. She paused for a second, just a second, but I noticed. Then she laughed. Of course, I miss you too. I ended the call slowly, and as I dropped my phone, I knew one thing for sure. They thought I was the fool in this story. I was about to become something else entirely. The night I found out the truth, I did not cry myself to sleep. That version of me was gone. Instead, I lay awake, staring into the darkness, replaying every message I had seen, every word, every betrayal. But the more I thought about it, the clearer everything became. This was not a mistake. It was not confusion. It was a choice. Two people I trusted had chosen to deceive me, slowly, deliberately. And if they had the patience to build that lie, then I would have the patience to destroy it. But not with noise, not with drama, with precision. The next morning, I woke up with a calmness that even surprised me. It felt strange, like I had stepped outside my own emotions and was now watching everything from a distance. I looked at myself in the mirror and smiled, not because I was happy, but because I had decided something. They would not see this coming. That same day, I sent a message to both of them. A simple one. Saturday, dinner at my place. Don't be late. No suspicion, no tension, just normal. Tunde replied almost immediately. Sure, I'll be there. Amara replied a few minutes later. Can't wait. I smiled again, the kind of smile that hides something dangerous. For the next few days, I prepared. Not just food, not just the house, but everything. Every detail mattered. Every step had to be perfect, because what I was planning was not just confrontation, it was exposure. On Saturday evening, everything was ready. The house was clean, the table was set. Soft music played in the background. Anyone who walked in would think it was just a normal dinner, and that was exactly the point. Amara arrived first. Of course she did. She always liked to be early. She walked in smiling, arms open, ready to hug me like nothing had changed. I hugged her back. Warm, familiar, fake. You look beautiful, she said. So do you, I replied. We both smiled, but only one of us meant it. Tunde arrived shortly after, calm as always, relaxed, comfortable, like a man with nothing to hide. He greeted me with a soft smile, then greeted her, and in that moment I saw it clearly, the connection, the silent understanding between them. It was no longer hidden, not to me. We sat down, we talked, we laughed. It felt almost unreal, like I was watching a movie where everyone was acting but only I knew the script. Then, halfway through dinner, I stood up. I have something for both of you, I said. They looked at each other briefly, then back at me. Curious, confused, perfect. I walked to the table beside me and picked up my phone. My heart was beating fast now, but my face stayed calm. I connected it to the TV. The room went quiet. Then I turned to face them. This, I said slowly, is for honesty. And then I pressed play. The first message appeared on the screen. Did she suspect anything? Silence. Heavy. Uncomfortable. I watched their faces carefully. Shock, then panic, then realization. I scrolled slowly, message after message. Every word, every lie displayed clearly for both of them to see. Amara's face went pale. Tunde stood up immediately. Wait, I can explain. No, I said quietly. You've explained enough. My voice was calm. Too calm. Amara tried to speak again, tears already forming in her eyes. It's not what you think. I laughed, soft, almost gentle. Then what is it? Neither of them answered, because there was nothing to say. The truth was already in the room, loud, clear, undeniable. I stepped closer, looking at both of them.
the two people I trusted the most. Do you know what hurts the most? I asked. They stayed silent. It's not that you betrayed me, I continued. It's that you thought I would never find out. Amara broke down completely, crying, begging, calling my name like we were still friends. But something inside me had already shut that door. Tunde tried to speak again, but this time I did not even look at him, because he no longer mattered. Then I said something that changed everything again. This is not the end. They both looked at me, confused, afraid. I picked up my phone and opened another file. You see, I didn't just find out. I prepared. I pressed play again. And this time, it was not just messages. It was recordings, voice notes, conversations, everything collected, saved, ready. Their faces changed completely, from guilt to fear, real fear. And that was when I smiled, because now they finally understood. This was not just revenge, this was something bigger, and I was not done yet. The room had never felt that heavy before. Moral lesson. Trust is not just about who you love, it is about who you allow close enough to hurt you. Not everyone who stands beside you is on your side. And sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is not to fight back, but to walk away with your peace intact. Because in the end, the greatest revenge is a life they can no longer be part of.